Timestamp July 20th, 2025, almost 9 a.m. Health check. Feel fine. Woke up fine, and then swiftly drifted into a panic attack. No reason. But as I've come to understand, panic attacks don't require rhyme or reason. They just occur. I don't care for it. Heart racing, that kind of thing. It's good. I really don't. My girl's had these for, I think, since I've known her. To quote my friend Pam, I just don't get it. Starting to feel a little better. Got my warm coffee. Had to turn on the coffee pot, which is fine because it was low. Don't leave the coffee pot on overnight if it's really low, because if it boils out, we talked about this. Interesting, I haven't played with these before. In excavating the garage yesterday, came across a plastic shopping bag with these in it. At first glance, I just thought they were like jumbo crayons for little kids. They're actually a dry erase crayon. Now, I use a lot of dry erase boards. I'm a little hesitant to use it. Well, I mean, use them, because it's a set of 8 of them, not in a box or anything, but I'm hesitant to use them just because I don't want to mess up one of my dry erase boards. But it seems to say on there that's what it's for. I've never seen a dry erase crayon before. By Crayola TM. Yeah, so I'm intrigued. I'm gonna put them in one of my handy dandy Ziplocs. I always have a million of these on hand, just to contain them at least. I'm gonna put them in with my pens and markers and crayons. I got a little plastic tower or drawer thingy over here that I keep a lot of my office supplies in. This isn't the long-term solution, because the bar will eventually be for, imbibing, but for right now it's where I'm doing these recordings, my computer is, and all that, so kind of set up a little admin desk here on the wall side of the bar, leaving the more open area of the bar for actually imbibing. Tiny and I have enjoyed our meals together here. It's something she said to me last night was that she really enjoyed being able to do that, which I agree. It's nice. Trying to rebuild our lives, as it were. Interesting. Gonna have to play with these on one of my more expendable boards, not one of my big boards, because if I messed that up long term, I would cry. I'm not a big fan of the admin side of things in general, but I like my good gear to stay good gear. It's the thing I don't quite comprehend where some of my parents' spending habits are concerned. I mean, don't get me wrong, my mom clearly... Ooh, Jiminy. Jiminy, yes, I said Jiminy. Jiminy holds my rings and my hairbands. He's over here on the top part of the bar. On the ledge, the splash guard part of the bar. Let me get my amethyst. He almost fell when I was trying to get it. That's why I went, oh, Jiminy. I know, it sounded like I was about to go Jiminy Christmas or some other boomer thing. But I was speaking to him. Anyway. It's a weird thing. My parents both were born in 1940. So my mom was raised by a single mom, at least very early into her childhood, I guess. As far as I know, my grandfather wasn't in the war. My understanding is my grandfather just split, which part of me wonders, you know how sometimes the kids will blame themselves for a divorce. My mom being in the set 3 of 3 kind of makes me wonder if she blames herself for him leaving. Or if she did. You know, the whole idea of, you know, third kid was the final straw, that's why he left. I don't know. I'll never know. Just curiosity. But I know, yeah, I've got a huge amount of Army. My family's always been pro-Army. I've got, I don't know if he's a great uncle or how I'm related to him. He has an almost identical last name or name to my dad. They actually used to get each other's mail and had to exchange mail when my dad was younger. You know, hey, I got these letters for you. Hey, I got these letters for you. But he was a major general. It's what, a 2-star general. And he was in the Japan side of the war. I think he was in charge of like the 7th Fleet or something like that, at least for a bit. It's actually kind of cool. After the war, and this part makes me feel kind of proud and good because it lets me know that my family has frequently been on the right side of history. I've actually got a couple pictures around here somewhere of my great-uncle, great-great-uncle. I don't think he's my great-grandfather. No, he wouldn't be. My dad was a junior. Well, no, but their middle name is different. Their middle name is different, but the middle initial is the same, which is why they always got each other's mail. It's Frederick E. You know, they always got each other's stuff in the mail. It's weird. But yeah, no, he, after the war, he had seen the benefit of women, like the nurses, the WACs, and their involvement with the troops. And he was working with Eleanor Roosevelt. I've actually got a picture of them having tea together, which is like kind of cool. And they were discussing how to change the rules, how to encourage female enlistment in the military, get more women involved in the military. To me, from a historical standpoint, it wasn't me, but it's somebody I come from. The idea that was taking place, it's like, yeah, I'll claim that, you know. And I've got he's gone now, of course, but a great uncle, Jack, I think he's a great uncle, who was a lieutenant colonel, and he's actually one of the ones that helped revamp the paratrooper program in Vietnam, because we were getting our boys killed, not understanding how to drop in on our enemy without becoming easy targets. And he helped revamp the program a bit to make it work better. So I come from, on my dad's side, historically, some psychotic army people, which I'm okay with. But what I'm getting at here, in a really roundabout sort of way, is, so my mom grew up with a single mom, 3 kids in the 40s. You know there was rationing going on. My grandmother worked in factories and whatnot initially, and then she actually worked for the Department of Defense and retired after 30 years of service there, which, that's neat. But growing up in the 40s, my dad had a sister. His dad was a factory worker. My grandfather, my dad's side. Apparently incredibly shy, introverted, worked in the factory, walked, I guess there was a baseball field near their house. He'd walk to work. He would apparently have to cross the baseball field to get to the factory, walk home, sit down in the chair, drink a beer, watch TV, listen to the radio, and that was kind of his existence. They didn't go out, they didn't do anything like that. Made decent enough money, enough to provide for, you know, my grandmother, my dad, my aunt. But I expect, being in the 40s, they understood what roughing it was. So there was massive rationing here in the U.S. for the war effort. And that's the whole idea of sacrificing for a good cause, which I respect. I get it. I do. You know, it wasn't the Great Depression. It was self-imposed rationing by the brilliant progressive FDR. Man, we need another FDR. I really thought Biden was going to be that. And I think he was trying to be. I think that was what he wanted to be, but didn't quite hit the mark. I still maintain he did a good job. A lot of resistance. We need a little bit more. But it's weird because a lot of the stuff here that we're finding, excavating, is junk. It just seem like dumb purchases. And yet they would splurge on the weirdest things. I'm sure there's something psychological there. Now, I'm of the philosophy that if you spend a few more dollars for something that has value, that has staying power, it's worth it. Don't buy crappy gear that you're going to have to replace in a month. Buy something that'll last you for 10 years. My parents kind of seem to have gone back and forth on that. It's really weird. And I know my parents have different philosophies than I do. I'm well aware of that. It's just odd. I'm not sure if some of this junk is stuff that they just purchased to try and resell at garage sales. My mom especially was rather ambitious with her acquirings of things for garage sales. Tiny and I are both chomping at the bit to start doing garage sales because there's just so much crap to cut through. There's some decent stuff here, and there's some other stuff that we're just curbing. There's no point to it. I don't even know if there was a purpose to it when my mom got it, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. I don't even know. Because it just looks like junk. don't know, we're going to be cutting through some more stuff in the garage today, I think. And I got stacks of boxes in the living room I got to try and figure out, because you kind of have to turn sideways to get from the front door to the dining room in a couple places, because there's stuff stacked and you kind of got to... Yeah, I can make through that. And I don't like living that way. Even in the situation that we're in, where we're excavating, it's a dig. So much to do. Yeah. I think I'm going to make some yogurt. Sounds good. Probably just do blueberries again, because I've already got the bag open. I've got a bag of mixed berries and a bag of mango chunks in the freezer, but just that little bit lazy right now to where I'll just... And the blueberries, I think, are probably better for me anyway. I mean, they all have their different qualities, but... Heart rate's starting to go down now. I could feel the quicker palping. No reason. No reason. Things are good. Woke up, Strange New Worlds is on TV. I'm sleeping on the couch. I got a wonderfully obnoxious tuxedo cat across the back of the couch, whom I adore. A rambunctious puppy is sleeping on the floor in front of the couch. You know what I mean? Got some of the important critters in my life camped out with me. Wake up. Shallow breath, heart racing. I'm really hoping it's a panic attack though, and not emphysema itself actually going, hey, I'm real, I'm here, you know. I don't think it is, because I can draw a nice, full, complete breath. It's all very strange. I can do that. I don't need, an oxygen tank or anything yet. I don't want to. But if the doctors say I need a BiPAP, I'm going to get a BiPAP. I've seen what happens when you don't. Didn't have to be this way, Aggravating. You got a letter in 2020 from your doctor recommending you get a BiPAP. Why? I don't like it. You use the damn thing anyway. Anyway, I'm going to sign off for now. I'll check in again later. And I'll upload these Monday or Tuesday. Because, it's Sunday morning. My wife is most likely on her call with Grammy. I miss those calls. My mother-in-law's pretty awesome. I miss those calls. Yeah. The older Chihuahua is making weird noises. Trip Hazard. His name is Trip. We didn't name him. And I still maintain that his middle name should be Hazard. Still wondering if he's an Enterprise homage, if the previous owners were like sci-fi dorks. Tanner and Trip. I don't know. He is a weird old man. Yeah, talking about you. He keeps hanging out really close to me. You know what I mean? I sit in the stool and he's pretty much, he'll plant down. If I go lay on the couch, he'll usually wander into the living room as well. Sometimes he'll just sit and stare at me. Not sure if he thinks I'm my dad, if I remind him of my dad. Or if maybe because they got left behind once before, if he just assumes that it's happened again, he's choosing me as his new human. I don't know. He's 12, so I'm not sure what's going on up there, you know. He's likable enough for that little smushed teddy bear face. Not normally into little dogs, but he's trying, you know. Well, pull the plug if you want to keep trying. So, anyway, sign off for here. Some breakfast and get to it. Make it a great day.